Little bit of AEW, not a lot, just enough to remind me why I don't watch it. Oh, this is already funny. Just the headline: the list of moves and actions that are now banned from AEW or need to be approved by the company.
Maybe that's why Nash is pissed off, because he went for Rock and Austin and not try to duplicate him.
Well, it'd be easier to duplicate him. You only have to learn 5 moves.
Like you said, and we've all been saying, Tony Khan, you need a hierarchy, and he gets one, and then we make fun of it.
Because he's sitting back there talking about the Brock match, and it's finally we had a wrestling match. Finally, we got 2 guys telling a story. They weren't outside in the ring the whole time. One of them
was he not watching the same match as we were?
Yeah, those games, man. I would say, like, for me, like the best ones, I would say, are like the ones where they try to get a certain like time.
This is my entire IT team right here on screen. Everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nation Network. Vince McSham with you here for another episode of WrestleChat. That's right. We're going to get into this stuff to be talking about, stuff that's been happening. I want to see where you all are at. I know where I'm at. You all probably know where I'm at. But before we do that, we're going to do something we haven't done in a little while. That is, we're going to bring in my sidekick, my co-host, the man with the plan. This is the one, the only, J-Rocks. Say hello, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
All right. We've got a lot of stuff happening here. Let me check something because there may be echoes going on y'all's end. Jay, say something right now real quick.
Something right now real quick.
All right, that should take care of it if there was an issue. Let me check out the live just to be sure. There's a lot of new stuff happening. I got a new computer because the old one wouldn't update to Windows 11. And that's been just dealing with Windows 11 has been a pain in my ass. And then the mixer hasn't played nicely with Windows 11 the way it did with Windows 10, so I've been getting a lot of echoes and stuff that I can't really cure for the most part, other than to hit a button on and off, and if I forget to hit it on and off at the right time, then there's echo until I remember. A little frustrating, to say the least. So I just want to see that we got things worked out on this end, at least for this. Jay and I spent the last half hour trying to see if everything sounded pretty good on this end, which it did, but that doesn't mean anything if you guys aren't hearing it that way on your end. Get that out of there. Hit a button on and off, and if I forget to hit it on at the right time, then there's echo until I remember. It sounds terrible. A little frustrating, to say the least. So I just want to see that we got things worked out on this end, at least for this. Jay and I spent the last half hour trying to see if everything sounded pretty good on this end, which it did, but that doesn't mean anything if you guys aren't here. There's something weird about that. All right, guys in the chat, are you hearing an echo right now? Forget what just might have happened in the last 5 or 10 seconds. But right now, at this moment, are you hearing an echo? It's almost like it somehow queued into my phone. How the fuck would that have happened? Andrew, give me a heads up. Let me know what's going on. Are you hearing echoes? Or Jay, listen to it on yours without putting it on the microphone. Just turn the mic off for a minute. It's very strange.
It's echoing on there.
Even now?
Yeah.
Son of a
With what
bitch.
she had just said.
What the fuck? Which is wild because everything on this side sounds the way it's supposed to. And Andrew's got an echo. Gosh damn it. All right, see if there's an echo now, and Jay also say something at the same time. Yeah, I can't hear you, Jay. Let me check something on the other settings, though, and see if I can fix that. Keep talking in the meantime so that I can figure out. Where the hell is it? Can't believe that.
Would you be mine? Andrew said it's gotten a little better, but it's still there.
Go ahead and say something, Jay.
Once upon a time, not long ago.
Yeah, I got nothing. It's probably going out to the stream okay, but then I can't hear it, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a chat.
Right.
Shit. And like I said, if I press this button, I can hear you, I'm sure.
Right.
Let me go back to this. It's wild because I've turned it off and yet it's still showing levels. Unless I do that.
Now, Andrew just said, he said you're good.
Well, Jay, you tell me. Because if I don't know what's going on with my phone, why that would even in any way be communicating. But the phone was coming through my headset, which is weird. Let me check my Bluetooth settings on this.
That last part just sounded fine.
I'm hearing echo, though. Or maybe it's because... Maybe it's because you're playing it.
There's no.
Maybe it's because you're going to open it
Yeah,
and it's hitting your microphone, maybe.
right.
But
He said, yeah, and I just listened to it. It said there's no echo now, so for either one of us. So,
and I'm still not sure what that. I don't know how I fixed it for sure. Then okay, well, how's that for a fun and exciting start? I think next time what we'll do is actually just record some of this stuff to see what's working and what's not working, because I'm not sure. There's only one thing that I did. And by the way, Andrew, you can hear Jay all right too, I presume, yes?
yes.
Otherwise, people are going to think that I'm just talking to myself, which I do that. All right, well, we're going to get things kicked off here by discussing the elephant in the room, which is TKO. I was going to lead one into the other. I just don't know which way I want to go with this. I think we'll start with the other TKO. So Tony Khan recently came out, and Jay, you may or may not be aware of this, and stated that they are closing the gap on the WWE. Now, I've only partaken in recreational drugs twice in my whole life. And on neither occasion was I that delusional. So whatever he's on, I'll take some to get me out of the real world for a little while. Of course, that was him sitting down with a press conference of people that they handpick based on who supports their product. You'll never see anybody with an independent thought process on that panel. And the question was actually posed to him. That are you aware that that your ratings on HBO Max were like 500,000? He said, yeah, that sounds about right. It's all bullshit. Nobody knows what the number is. HBO can't tell you what that number is. They don't know. There's no monitoring system for it. So that was a plant to make it sound. And by the way, 500,000 isn't a good number anyway. You used to draw over 1 million. So to brag about 500,000 is a joke. But in any measurable marketing number, there's nothing. I mean, merchandise at WWE kills you. In viewership, they destroy you, and they don't have a good product. They're kicking your ass with the shittiest product they've had since Doink. And Duke the Dumpster Rosie. That's how far back you got to go to get to shit product that equals what we have today. And you can't blame the guys, and you can't blame the girls. They got talent. Merch sales. Can't compare there either. Everything they sell outsells yours. In huge numbers. Massive numbers. The one you want to watch out for is TNA, because they're going to bump you down to 3. TNA just signed
now that they're going to be on AMC.
Bingo. And not for nothing. I've been an AMC guy for years, man. Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, all that shit. And I heard this, and I'm like, how in the fuck does TNA fit into that program schedule? It's like, wow. I mean, I thought it was kind of an interesting mix with Axis, only because they have a lot of like old school rock and roll shows that lead up to their program. So I was like, yeah, Rock and Wrestling Connection kind of thing, maybe. But damn, when I saw they were going to AMC, I was like, I just don't see. I mean, at least it's a more reputable channel. It's a more findable channel for most of America. I just wonder how much of their audience is going to be watching a Walking Dead type show, see a commercial for TNA, and go, oh shit, I got to check this out, this pro wrestling thing. I got to take a look at it.
I think it might do better than what you think, because at least from my point of view, when I found out they were going to AMC, I was like, okay, I can actually watch that.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get access. And through Prime, my Prime membership, I can get the add-on for just AMC by itself for $10 a month. I can do that. That won't hurt my bank. Unlike WWE, who wants me to buy 5 different fucking streaming services just to watch their fucking programming.
The clown's around. Is the echo still happening? I thought we had it fixed. I hope the echo's fixed because I'm going to be frustrated to no end. I was told it was good. AMC is rebranding. Infrared, my brother from another mother. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I mean, I guess they would be rebranding if they're doing this. And to your point, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people that would have given TNA a chance couldn't get Access TV. That was a long-standing complaint by a lot of wrestling fans who aren't happy with either product that we have to choose from right now. And even then, you look at the WWE, and that's going to segue into the real topic today. You can have all the money in the world, and it just ain't enough.
Right.
It's fixed now. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. My God, I didn't watch last night. I just said no because I already knew what was going to happen, and I'd rather just watch it in a 15-minute or less recap of all the events that took place. And I didn't even do that so much. I mean, as soon as I saw the outcome, I turned off the video. I had to believe that they were going to blow up the internet for the right reason by giving the guy who was over more than anybody else involved in this particular storyline. And they couldn't do it. They just couldn't. Reminds me of the New York Giants, who I also don't watch because their product is shit. But that was my team growing up. And what did I see on Thanksgiving week? They apparently had, Monday Night Football they played recently, a Monday Night Football game. Jay, did you see this field goal attempt?
No, I have not.
I don't know names. The kicker comes running up, and they have a great close-up of the guy holding the ball. As he's going for his kick, his toe literally just sticks in the dirt. There's not even a follow-through. The announcers are like, I guess we got to consider that a missed attempt. There was no attempt. But the close-up on the guy holding the ball is like, there's his plant foot. Where the fuck is the other one? like he's waiting on this other foot. Where the hell is it? The whole time thinking, some big guy's about to hit me. That's pretty much the way I feel about WWE right now. Infrared, I'm not pissed about it. I gave up on all of the NFL. I forget what year it was. Hurricane Sandy, whenever that hit New York, where it flooded the subways and the whole nine, right? And that was like a Monday, Tuesday deal, if I recall correctly, with the storm pattern. And then the Giants were still in the playoff picture and had a game that Sunday against the Washington Redskins. If they win, they're in. And it was like the last game of the season or second to last game. But either way, that was going to determine if they played postseason or not. So here's your city that you're representing from New Jersey. And they've just gotten smashed by this unprecedented storm, and they're digging themselves or pulling themselves out of the puddles. And they need something to get happy about. Something to, for a couple hours, forget that we're miserable and, we're living in the shittiest state there is in the union. And let's get out there and have something to be positive about. The same way when the New York Mets were the first baseball game back after 9/11. The Mets weren't a good team at that point in time, but they were, first off, everybody was a Mets fan that day, and they won that game that they normally probably wouldn't have won. The Giants came out, and they stunk up the field, brother. They acted like they wanted a first-round pick, not a playoff spot. And about halfway through, I turned it off and said I'd never watch again, and I've stuck to that. But when I saw the highlight clip, I was like, yep, that's the Giants. You guys went from every year, even if you weren't a Super Bowl contender, you had defense. The Giants blew wall year after year after year. They always had defense going for them. And that is gone. They got nothing, and lots of it. But that's how I feel about TKO. You guys are on the 10-yard line, easy chip shot, and you keep sticking your toe in the dirt. How do you fuck this up? Nobody, and I do mean nobody, wanted to see Gunther against John Cena. in the chat. Let me know. Is that the match you want? Actually, hold on. We're going to do this the official way here. We're going to start us a little poll.
But see, that's been the plan the whole time, though, because that's why they brought him back and
Buddy,
brought him back up to this.
what was the plan for WrestleMania when they had to end up giving it to Daniel Bryan? It was Batista and Triple H, right? And the fans said no. And they finally had to listen. TKO just won't listen.
We wasted that on R-Truth. They pulled that with R-Truth, and we got him back. They did nothing with him, and they're not going to do it again. Not for LA Knight, not for nobody, because like everybody keeps saying, shut up and enjoy the ride. They don't care anymore.
Well,
I don't care.
I was going to say, the shut up part is going to happen because I'm not watching your product anymore. And I've watched it since the late 70s, like 78 is when I turned into wrestling. So congratulations. Way to piss off your fan base. That's going to do you well in the future. But if Tony is in any way, shape, or form, and I'm talking about AEW Tony now, if he's going to close the gap, it's not because his product is improving and he's moving up. He's closing the gap. He's not. The WWE is closing the gap. TKO is closing the gap because their product keeps sucking. I just don't even know what to say about this. It's like everyone wanted, and Cena's whole idea is pushing the next guy and this and that. You already gave Gunther the Bill Goldberg rub for whatever that had to it. So now what? He's just going to retire the old guys? What's that?
I said, and then they wasted it with Jey Uso, and that was the whole thing. You made Gunther look like a bitch by tapping out to Jey Uso and losing the title. Then you want to bring him back now and build him as a monster again to go against John Cena. As much as I like Gunther, and you're right, it's not on the people, the wrestlers' fault. It's the people in the back. They fuck it up every single time and make it to the point where I don't care. I don't care about Gunther and him being a monster now. Whether they brought back his old fucking music or not, I don't care, because you screwed up what you had by giving it to somebody who didn't do. I like Jay as a guy. I don't think he's a great singles wrestler. He's not. He fucks shit up all the time. And there's just a lot of things that they want to say this is how it's supposed to be. And you, like me, and like a lot of people, we're old time wrestling fans. If we don't like something, we're going to fucking say it. And if we don't want to I left WWE for 10 years, didn't watch them for 10 years. And I'm on that run again. I only turned on Monday night because you asked me to take a look at the match that was on. And that's the only reason I have. I haven't watched anything but clips here and there because I don't care. You're not giving me anything to actually give a shit about.
And this was an opportunity to fix that. Goodwill toward men. How about goodwill to your fans? 2012 was when I stopped watching the NFL. Thank you, autocorrected. I thought that was an actual thing. It's somebody's screen name. Nicely done. Should be Ova facing Cena. What's the deal with that? Oh, that's Cody. Cody's got the winner of, what is it, tomorrow night's event?
Yeah, Deadline. Yeah.
Is that tomorrow, Saturday night? I'm losing track of my days.
Yeah.
So that at least gives that match a new meaning besides the NXT title, which is on the line. And you got to believe whoever they push through for Cody Rhodes is somebody who they plan on bringing up soon.
And it's going to be Ricky.
I would hope. I would hope.
Now, if they do switch it to Oba, that would be a nice surprise. But being how Cody and Ricky are,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Good friends. Yeah.
By the way, do you see the picture that they posted with the champions in the back locker room? It was Cody, Ricky, what's her name? Jade. Who else?
Jade.
There's one more I'm missing. It was basically Tony Khan. CM Punk. Tony Khan's former lineup. Yeah, former lineup that he couldn't keep doing what they do best and doing it better. Oh, deadline is tonight. Okay, I thought it was a Friday night. I thought it was a weird night. Today's Friday, is it not? Today's Saturday. God damn, my days are all mixed up. I am absolutely just... I got to get a job. Got to go back to work. That's the only way I'm going to know what day of the week it is anymore. Let's see what the poll shows. 62% wanted LA Knight, and I think that is accurate across the board. I think if you were to actually poll an arena full on a Monday night, that's the number you'd probably get. Thank you, guys.
That's the sad part is that, yes, we won LA Knight. I wanted LA Knight, but I knew the reality of WWE and their fucking programming, and they weren't going to give it to LA Knight because I saw the writing on the wall when they brought Gunther back and started building him again. I knew. So I didn't have to watch the tournament. I knew who was going to be Cena's final opponent 2 months ago. So...
And then all right, so
it's like you always say, give us a surprise, surprise us, and they're not.
No, they're definitely not.
Predictable.
Definitely not. All right. Let's go back to Monday Night Raw for a moment, though. LA Knight did get past Jey Uso, which was a big question mark too, because they keep on shoveling his shit down. And this is what I was thinking. You've been shoveling Jey down our throats. Jey keeps botching night after night after night. Then we see the botch in this match with the top rope suplex. Did you see this highlight?
Mm-hmm.
So Stevie Richards did a great breakdown on it. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. Where LA went like almost immediately, and maybe Jey wasn't climbed up into position perfectly. I felt like from the look of it, he landed him flat, but Stevie was pointing out the fact that there was a forward roll through the momentum and all that, and how that kind of crunches up the abdomen and can knock the wind legitimately out of your sails. Okay, yeah, he knows more about it than I do. That all said, it wasn't like he dropped him on his head. Okay, we've seen Jey do some fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
And on his own, by the way. Not clearing the ropes, tripping up, going head first into the mat, into the floor and shit, without anyone's help. So maybe LA went a little quick, and like Stevie pointed out, he was probably losing his balance. He was in such a deep crouch, so he had to move and move quickly. That all said, he protected the boy. Okay, he got him up, landed him. As the pilot will tell you, any landing you walk away from is a good one. Even if the plane's in 3 places, as long as we all walk away, it was a good landing. So that all said, he turns around and smashes that mat with his hand. Repeatedly, like 2 or 3 times, and then flips himself over angrily so he could be pinned. Wasn't the pin fall, but it was a pin attempt. And I'm watching this going, what the fuck? I'm just trying to...
Sorry.
Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. It's like, is he pissed at himself? Is he pissed at LA? Or is it part of this new? Because you could see the day of or the night before, one or the other, he had posted on Twitter about fans touching him during his entrance. Well, fucking don't come through the crowd, you dumbass.
Right.
You're coming down the fucking stairs, and all these kids are surrounding you. You're this guy on TV that they're supposed to look up to. Of course they're going to want to talk. He says that poking his ass and shit. I can tell you right now, when I was a 12, 15-year-old wrestling fan, we were patting people on the shoulder. We had no intention of grabbing their ass.
Right.
And I don't think anyone's dad wanted to grab your ass. And if some of the moms do, well, that's just the way moms can get when they get out of the house once in a while, okay? If you look next to them and see their husband, you'll understand why. But it ain't the same as when it's women. You know, the famous video of the guy that was, there's got to be a reason why this is coming through. Man, if this thing turned out to be my problem, hold on a minute.
Bluetooth disconnected.
I'm wanting to know what the hell it was connected to. I wonder if that was causing half my damn problems. That's going to fucking piss me off. But why did it never do it before? That's what doesn't make sense. Miracles in the house. Welcome, buddy. Donnell says Triple H hates LA Knight. And a lot of people have said that. But for what reason? I can't get. I just don't understand it. Does Stephanie have a poster of him up in the bedroom? I mean, what? The guy. Yeah. There's money. There's money. I mean, you can't not see that there's money there. I just don't understand it. Miracle says I'm echoing again. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Everyone else told me I wasn't. I wonder if. Well, no, because if I do that, I'm going to lose you. Is it still echoing? Gremlin's in the work. Yeah, we did test it for a half hour and thought we had it all worked out, guys. And it was working apparently up until just a moment ago. Yeah, no shit. Max do fucking pre. And we overcame that.
Right.
It's still fucking echoing. You know what? I don't know what to tell you guys. That was really the stuff that I wanted to talk about anyway. I'll have to figure this shit out. I just don't. I don't know what else I can do. I have pushed every button. I mean, let's put it this way. Right now, there's no echoing. But Jay can't hear me anymore. See, he can't hear me. I can't hear him. If I press this button again, now I can hear Jay and Jay can hear me.
Right.
But you guys are hearing an echo. But I'm not hearing an echo. Everything here that's going into OBS is what you should be hearing. And YouTube, by the way, does have a whole new format set here, which threw me for a loop because it's the first time I've seen this. But it's cleaner. I like it. I got to be honest. It's a much cleaner setup. I just wasn't sure if I was using the same links and everything that I've used in the past for them. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up early because I got to try and figure out what's going on with this echo thing. It's driving me crazy, and I don't want to spend the whole stream just doing sound checks. Although, how else are we going to know if it's fixed or not?
Right.
Let me try something. Hold on. Now, is the whole thing echoing, or is it just me? Like, when Jay talks, is there an echo on his microphone as well?
No, they said I'm clear, but I'm a little low. But that could just be the way I'm talking, so.
Well, we can also bring your levels up a bit. I don't know. Now again, I'm bringing it up on the mixer, but I don't know if that's working. Because what I'm hearing on the mixer is clean.
Right.
Let me see. Control that there. Browser. Control audio via OBS. Okay. Transform. Interact. Filters. No, ain't gotta be filters.
I'm just a real soft-spoken guy, ancient clown. So, unless you piss me off.
I was gonna say you fire up once in a while.
I do,
All right,
for
now
the most part.
let me know if there's an echo right now. I think I might have cured the problem. And there's about a 7-second delay before they hear this, so we got to account for that.
Yeah.
Although I got to tell you, even normally when I start a stream here on YouTube, it's like 20 seconds before it starts actually putting the video feed out. And this one with this new format, it was almost like 2 or 3 seconds. And I was like, oh, shit, look at that.
Yeah, it's not.
J sounds about half volume, and there's no echo. Okay. Jay, say something else.
Something else.
Well, no, don't say it loud. Say it normal.
Oh, something else.
All right, let me get back over to... I'm going to actually leave that there.
So now the clown says the only problem is both of our volumes are low.
Okay, so I'm looking at the mixer, and the it's jumping pretty good.
We're so quiet. Turn the volume up on your hearing aid.
Yeah,
clown.
wouldn't it be funny if he has his volume down on 2 and we're over here making all these adjustments? All right, everybody else in the chat, how does it sound right now? Not bad, though. Not bad, though. Let me... Infrared says he can hear us both. It's old age.
What? I can't hear you. What?
It's too much of that horn ringing in his ear over the years. All right, infrared. That makes sense because again, I'm looking at the mixer and what's popping here is popping pretty strong, and I don't want to start clipping out the audio.
Light one, clown, and you'll hear all kinds of things.
Light 1. When has he ever lit 1?
That's true.
That's a slow day in clown world. But we're better now. That's because he puffed without passing.
That's right.
Sometimes you got to be selfish that way. All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for helping us get through the echo issues. Hopefully, it'll just save that way now in OBS. It's also making me wonder if this might not be a solution for my other issues. But I didn't have to do what I've just done. I didn't have to do that with the old computer. But if it works, that's all I care about.
Right.
So where were we before I got so quickly ticked off at this?
Well, we were bitching about WWE.
Yeah, of course.
But I had also said before we started, if you had seen the lineup for the next Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Cody match. And honestly, from the lineup, they're going to have, what is it, normally a 2-hour show?
I thought it was like hour to 90 minutes. Even back in the old days, I think it was about 90 minutes. But I think the modern day version has always been about an hour.
From what I had just seen on X, it looks like they're going to have a bunch of crossover matches, NXT versus main roster, like Rhea Ripley against Tatum Paxley and
poor Tatum.
A few of them. Yeah, but I'm just
Tatum, I have a little story for you about some Christians and Lions. Let's sit down and discuss this.
But I don't know if they actually do that and do some crossover matches, that might be an actual decent show because you're getting NXT talent shown on the main roster to get them ready to be called up, which calling them up, I don't think that's in their best interest right now because obviously I feel Shawn Michaels and his crew down there are doing a better job at writing for his people than Triple H and his crew on the main roster. So But I think it's an interesting concept if they do actually have these crossover matches that it was showing.
So here's where I'll disagree with that. Because
Okay.
it is a better program right now to watch. They need part of the problem is we've seen it all, been there, done that before. That roster has been there forever. And Sheamus has been around since the Washington administration. 7 years ago, Sheamus stood side by side Abe Lincoln. He looks great for his age, don't get me wrong. But by God almighty, it's no good for him. It's no good. When I hear some of the names that they've sent down to Evolve, I'm like,
Yeah.
All right, well, wipe your feet on the mat on your way out the door, but at least you got something, But I'm like, it would be better off for them. Like, look what Natty got to do, going out on her own and becoming this badass UFC-style fighter now with the whole low-key legend thing, braiding her hair, looking like a cage fighter. And she can back it up. And it's given her like a whole new breath, but they haven't brought it onto TV. But the minute she did that in Bloodsport last WrestleMania, the comments were everywhere. People were posting the pictures, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And I'm going out there looking for the match, and I'm finding it, and I'm like, yes, that's the Natty we want. And they still won't do it.
They've kind of done it on TV. They kind of did it Monday in a backstage promo where it was Maxine in the ring training to fight and stuff, and then you get Natty kind of beating the shit out of her, and then so they're doing it as a training thing, but I think eventually, hopefully they'll let her come on actual TV and go against Becky Lynch in that version of her. Hopefully.
And that's the whole point. Her talking about it is one thing. If she's not in the black bodysuit kicking ass, it doesn't matter.
Right.
That look is amazing. The logo she came up with is perfect. She has, you look, and this is what, my God, to your own detriment, that you can't accept the fact that, hey, this is a better version of the product. Matt Cardona, nope, you're going to be Zack Ryder for one night. What the fuck for?
Which is funny because just that previous Tuesday, he was Matt Cardona on NXT.
Exactly. Well, because we didn't do this. Well, you should have. He went out on his own and got over. That's the name of the game, is getting over. Now, if you can do it yourself, all the better.
Yep.
CM Punk didn't get to where he got because you guys made him there. I guarantee you that pipe bomb was not scripted. There may have been bullet points, but he went off script.
Yeah.
And it worked. I am certain that they had plans that we'll let him do this promo. And his contract was running out. I don't think they made up their mind that he was winning the title until the day of the event. Personally, I just don't believe they did. I don't think that was long-term plans that they were going to give him the title and then have him disappear as if his contract ran out. I never believed it. I thought the day of, they came to the conclusion, yeah, there's enough heat here. There's enough people buying into it that we can make money with it. But that was based on him and his abilities. And that's kind of the whole thing. When these people are going out on their own and showing you there's a better version of me to be had. And then you don't want, oh, that is good. That is good. All right, come to us, but now we're going to change shit. The fuck? Makes no sense at all.
Well, there's a lot that hasn't made sense, really, because I just found out recently that they had let Wesley go, and I only found that out because he showed up on TNA back with the rest of the Rascals, and they looked fucking phenomenal, all four of them together.
They're looking really good. And that's why, again, TNA is doing a good job for themselves right now. I wish Scott would have stayed somehow. I mean, I know why he didn't and all, but at the same time, man, I keep thinking what would have happened if you'd have gave him a WWE partnership and if you'd have gave him an AMC TV deal, because I feel like he connected better with the wrestlers personally. I just the product feels a little different.
I was going to say, everything that they're doing now is because of what he did. He set the stage for them to get to this point, and you can't deny that.
Not going to get an argument from me. Oh my goodness!
And
infrared.
You're right.
Yep.
Killer Cross is doing the exact same thing right now. He's out there, and he's fucking killing it. He is doing what Matt did, and everything I've watched some of his matches, and they're fucking entertaining.
Ancient Clown. They're like a girl that says, "Oh my God, you're perfect. Let me change you."
That's right. Yeah.
By the way, I got the sound effects machine to play much better because, long story short, is I switched it to a different. It's now going through XLR as opposed to RCA, and that seems to have made a big difference. So, happy about that. Maxine gets it back from her. The Intercontinental title. It could happen.
Maxine has it right now.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for her. Man, that girl took such a verbal beating on social media her first 8 months. And I'm like, look, the WWE has a history of bringing good-looking girls up a little sooner than they should. But then she was kind of more or less a mouthpiece and, arm candy and stuff like that. And, yeah, she'd get in the ring occasionally, and it wasn't always pretty. But you could see each time she got in the ring, there was improvement. She's working on her shit. Yes. And I kept saying, and people are bashing her again and again. And I was like, you can't tell me this girl hasn't improved in the last 30 days. And that's all you can ask of anybody. There's very few people that step into the ring and they're good from the get-go. I mean, there's not a lot of Logan Pauls out there. By the way, we got...
Thank God.
What's his name? ISO Speed or whatever the fuck his name is? Is he now training?
Yeah, he's
going to be full-time?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck
TNA,
that.
I think.
I thought it was WWE.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of theirs. But yeah, Killer Cross is doing great for himself, and he's making more money.
And Scarlett both.
Yep. So it's hard to believe that they could be making more money on their own than with the biggest company in the world for professional wrestling. How does that happen?
When you're booked. Because these independent promoters will pay to get these guys because it makes their shows better. Just name alone. And when you get 3 or 4 of them working together, and like Shotzi and Matt had just finished up a program where they were going after each other and stuff. And now you've got Shotzi and Scarlett doing stuff together, and you got Matt and Killer Cross doing stuff together. And when you let these talents go out there and do their thing and let them create together, it's just making. And I want to go see independent wrestling again just for this reason, because the shit's more entertaining than what you see on TV.
But there's not a lot of it out there to be had. Maybe by you, but around here, there's not a lot of indie stuff in Central Florida.
No.
Occasionally, some of the bigger indie shows will go to like even Daytona Ocean Front Center, which is a decent sized venue. So you got to be, they put some names there. And I almost went there about a month or 2 ago, but they just couldn't get anyone to go, and I wasn't going to do that drive by myself. But I'd love to have something. Oh yeah, what's BDE development?
He's the one going to TNA. Speed is WWE.
Oh, okay.
BDE
Who the hell's BDE?
TNA.
What's a BDE?
He's another YouTuber.
Another YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Come
who
on.
started.
All right, I'm a
covering
YouTuber.
wrestling and
Let me go.
wrestling games.
I'm a YouTuber. I guess I should go to the Performance Center tomorrow and tell them
We
I'm
can.
here.
Yeah, we can.
I'll walk in and say, "Hey, I'm a YouTuber. Just give me, let me get in the ring." And I'm not saying they're not training and they're not getting good at it or whatever. I mean, we haven't seen them yet. We'll find out. But it's getting stupid. And yeah, Aleister Black. How about Aleister Black, for the love of God? Another one that you done buried. Why'd you bring him back for? Oh, here's a name. You want to talk about a blast from the past? A guy who was featured recently on TV, if you watch Main Event. Damian Priest. Remember him? That's a guy that used to be featured. That was a world champion, the leader of the Judgment Day. And now he's on what? Oh, I can't believe it. And I was never a big Damian Priest fan. I never thought world title was right. But he shouldn't be out of, one way or another between he and Rhea were the super team.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's just no way he should be back of the bus.
Well, they screwed that up when they switched him over to SmackDown. Again, it goes back to management. They should have left him on Raw and teamed him with Rhea and had them become like a new team. Her going after the girls and him going after the guys, but always having each other's back. And
no, in that case, no. I'll tell you what.
Flopped.
In that case, no. I'm having them go after the men's tag team titles. If China can win the Intercontinental title, why not? Why not?
Yeah, that would have been good too.
And it's a tag team match, which is more justifiable. For China to beat Chris Jericho or Jeff Jarrett is stupid. Even though she was jacked to the 9, there's no way that happens in real life. Tag team, though, that's different. All she's got to do is hold her own. She can do that. Tagging at the right moments, no problem. He comes in, does the heavy part, softens the guys up a little bit. She comes in. Now it's justifiable that her size and strength allow her to take advantage of a guy that another guy just beat the shit out of.
Right.
You could have had that work. But that's the WWE. That shit ain't going to happen. The Masked Man in the cage. By the way, I was looking back at our last WrestleChat. Well, you weren't here for it, but the last WrestleChat, which was the Survivor Series prediction show, where I ran the 2K game and we talked about what we thought was going to happen. So 2K was 50% right. I was 75% right. And I was watching part of it back the other day. And I forgot how exact I was on my prediction. I even said, if you go back and watch it, unless somebody comes climbing in, I said, I think someone's going to come climbing in the cage that's not involved in the match. I wasn't expecting necessarily a masked man or anything like that, but some outside entity was going to climb the cage and affect the outcome of the match. Boom. This is so predictable is my point. There's no... And now the only thing that's somewhat unpredictable is who is the masked man. So the popular statement is it 100% was Austin
Theory.
I was going to say Idol. It was Austin Theory under the mask. Austin Theory did, the super kick and did the stomp. That might not be the man they unmask.
No.
So I've heard names like Randy Orton, which that would be ridiculous. The whole idea of the Vision is future.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would you bring Randy Orton in? That day makes no sense at all. No sense at all. It'd be awesome if it was Killer Cross, but that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, Donnell, I'm with you, brother. That would be great, but we can hold on and pray. Even Aleister Black, I'd be okay with. Just they definitely need another person in there who still has a youth factor, although Alistair's already announced that this is probably his last contract. BDE is awesome. He's been training for a while to be a wrestler and is really good. He even has won a championship, so is Chris Danger. Yeah, Danger, I've seen a little bit of his work. I have no idea who BDE is, though. Never heard the name before.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris Danger, again, I've seen video of him train. I've seen a couple of videos of his in-ring action. So, yeah, he's definitely one of those. And, again, I'm not saying these guys aren't working their asses off for it. It's just that they're getting opportunity simply because they have an audience on YouTube.
Right. Yep.
If they were just any other indie guy training, they wouldn't be training at the Performance Center. They just wouldn't. Look, all right, you want a proof in the pudding? Izzy Moreno.
Right.
That girl is killing it. Her promos are blowing me away. She's 18 years old, cutting better promos than half the fucking main event roster. With no exception. I mean, she is just putting them out there. Now, are they live promos? No. And maybe she had 4 takes to get the good one. But I got news for you. The ones that she's putting out are good. They are solid. You wouldn't believe she's 18 years old. Her in-ring work, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and getting better all the time. I sent her a little note. She was showing a quick move where it's a nice takedown into a head scissor, but like a submission head scissor. She gets the head scissor on after the takedown and then like arches her back way up in the air and puts the squeeze on it. Looked great. And I told her, I says, this is what wrestling is missing. Wrestling. Actual fucking wrestling. I says, girl, keep working on this kind of stuff. It will extend your career. It will cut down on your bump card. And you'll be able to get health. You'll stay healthy a lot longer with this style of wrestling versus all these jerk meets that come off the top rope, go through 25 tables. No. Oh, and by the way, Darby Allin, what's going on with him? He's in a hospital bed last I saw, and that was legit. So there was a coast-to-coast move done to him on whatever show, I couldn't tell you. And I don't even know who the perpetrator was of the coast-to-coast move, but he was the one receiving it. And it did seem like it was, I wouldn't say stiff, but I mean, yeah, there was a little pop to it. You look, it's wrestling. You got to make some sort of contact.
Right.
But yeah, he's upside down in the tree of woe kind of thing. It wasn't the sitting down in the corner version. He was in the tree of woe version. And they're saying that is what did it to him. And it seems legit. I think he was pulled from a show and a match that he had coming up has been rebooked. I'm more surprised that it didn't happen before. With the shit that he does? That boy's crazy. I just, man. There was, talking about moments, so let's talk about a positive one here. Did you see the AJ Styles and what's his partner? The masked dude, Lucha?
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That spot with Kofi Kingston.
Fucking shit, man. That was sweet as hell. That and dangerous too, because if he didn't make that bounce right off the ropes, and if AJ didn't catch him right, he coming straight down on his head. So I don't know if I'd want to see that move on a regular basis. God forbid. But it looked great that time. Somebody on Twitter.
Yeah.
Somebody on Twitter says, "Oh, isn't it cute the way the WWE likes to follow the AEW's lead?" And they show a clip of AEW doing a similar move, not quite the same, but the off the ropes thing and all that into another move of whatever, I don't remember. And I'm like, well, here's the big difference. The reason the WWE is getting all the credit for it is people saw it.
Yeah.
That's why they got all that credit for it. And it's not cute that they're following you guys. The fact that nobody saw you guys is why it looks like a new move. So maybe get your ratings out of 500,000 which I don't think it is.
Right.
I don't think it is that high. Because I don't even know anymore. Dynamite is only on HBO Max, am I right? Is that what Dynamite's on? Okay, I'm asking you, right? Somebody let me know. Is any part of AEW
Yeah, I was
on
gonna say, ask the
regular...
chat.
Is AEW on any part of free TV anymore? Just like TBS, which isn't even free. You have to have a cable contract for that, which I finally canceled mine. Done as of the 9th, whatever the 9th is. It's soon. Because if they're not on free TV, then their numbers went down. They don't go up. You don't get the same viewership on HBO that you were barely pulling in on TBS or TNT. And those are pay services. Again, you don't get TBS and TNT free with basic cable. You have to pay for that shit.
Right.
Yeah, he's injured again from the Kevin Knight match on Dynamite. That's what I saw. Thank you, Infrared. Infrared also says that Izzy will be there in a year or two. I have no doubt she'll be there. And I'm not even against her, doing what she's doing now. I mean, she's getting in the ring with a lot of different people. She's getting to hear from different people. She's traveling the old school way, paying the dues. So why aren't...
She was just talking about how she had a conversation with Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
And Charlotte Flair basically
Yep.
put her over and stuff and said basically the same thing you did. Keep plugging at it. You've got the talent.
Oh, 100%.
You'll get here.
100%. And she's such a likable kid. And guess what that means? That means they're going to get a hold of her and they're going to fuck it all up by trying to turn her heel.
What they should do is go old school Bailey and put her with Bailey in that.
Oh, there's no
dynamic.
question that they're going to have a program together. And that's why I don't want this waiting too long. Get her in there I'd say within a year. She's good to go now. You could definitely today put her in NXT. 100% you could put her in NXT. I'm not saying you make her the women's champion, but you can definitely put her in NXT, get her in there with some talent, and have great matches. She's already good with a mic. Now, again, how will she do those promos if she's on live with a red light camera going? I don't know. Sometimes people can get flustered by that kind of no room for fuck up. But there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I don't want to give something away, but. All right, so he says, "What? Dynamite is still on TBS. Collision is still on TNT. So what the hell's on HBO Max?"
I think they have the shows on there too, in case you don't have
No, I thought they had,
cable.
or maybe it's the pay-per-views, or I don't know. I thought they had a program on
Well,
HBO
they have the
Max.
pay-per-views on there. You still have to pay the $30 to get them though, even though it's on.
That sounds
HBO
familiar.
Max.
Yeah, because then you had to
Yeah.
pay for it. Now it's all coming back to me now. So you had to pay for HBO Max to get the pay-per-view. And then they gave you like a $12 discount, but it still came out to more than when it was just a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And that's why
You'd pay $50, where you'd pay $50 just for the pay-per-view. You're paying $20-some for HBO Max, and then you're paying another 10 or 20 for the pay-per-view on it. So
Infrared says AJ did the same spot versus Ricochet. That person on Twitter was reaching. Wouldn't surprise me either. I don't know how long ago he did that move with Ricochet, although isn't it funny that Ricochet is in AEW now, and then that move is being brought in, so maybe he brought it with him.
right.
And I can't even tell you 100% for sure if Ricochet wasn't part of the AEW clip of it happening now. And
I had never seen it before, so
there you go. And that's because we don't watch that shit program. The pay-per-views are on Max with a slight discount, but it's not a discount if you have to pay for Max. That's my whole point. You have to just, there was a lot of stuff I've been watching online lately about how piracy had really been squashed to almost non-existence. And now it's back stronger than ever. And it's like y'all have done it to yourselves. You have priced people
Ooh.
out. You got it to the point now where if I'm a WWE fan and I want to watch Raw, I got to pay for Netflix. And if I want to see the pay-per-views, I have to pay for ESPN. These are all things I don't have. I don't want. So how much is it costing me now just to watch your product, which, not for anything, is not so good. It's a little rough.
Now, we brought up HBO Max, and they're owned by who? Warner Brothers?
Yeah, and what's this latest thing I just heard something about? Somebody's buying a lot of shit. Is it Netflix?
Netflix has put in a bid for $83 billion to purchase WB. And so the question would be, if this goes through and they get it, are they going to keep the deal with AEW? Because I see if Netflix buys them, there's no sense them having the WB or the HBO Max apps or anything like that. They'll just incorporate it all into their programming. And what's WWE going to say? No, you were with us first. You can't have their programming on here also. Something to think about, Tony. But the deal's got to go through first, so.
Yes. Infrared. I did not hear this. The WWE library is gone from Peacock at the end of the year.
Yep. I told you it was going to.
I figured it was going to, but I hadn't heard it. Wow, I'm probably getting rid of Peacock then.
Again,
that was the only thing I really kept it for.
I said that. Right, and when I said I was getting rid of Peacock, that was one of the reasons, because you were like, well, they still got the library. I was like, yes, but for how long? Well, now we know.
Has there been any word as to where it's going? WWE Network makes a return.
More than likely, like you said, all of it will probably go to their YouTube channel, honestly.
And that's the thing. There's plenty of stuff on the vault, and it's good stuff. Maybe that's what they're just going to do with it, which is fine, because then it's easily accessible. And I am paying for YouTube just because I watch too much YouTube to be sitting through commercials. I'll be adding hours to my viewing time.
Yeah, Infrared, you're right. The Netflix deal doesn't include TNT or TBS, but it includes HBO Max, where their pay-per-views are through. So WWE is not going to allow AEW's pay-per-views to be shown on Netflix if they get rid of the HBO Max app, because that's competition. So where does AEW go to do their pay-per-views?
Well, back to friggin' on demand.
Well, yeah, they would have to, because you know damn well that if Netflix buys that whole group and decides we're just going to shut down the other apps and put everything onto our streaming service, WWE is not going to allow them to put AEW pay-per-views on Netflix and
True.
keep their programming too.
I'm going to have to go look at Peacock again and see if there's anything there. I mean, they have stuff that I like watching. I think they have a 70s show, which is pretty much blackballed everywhere else now. It's like they won't show it on regular TV anymore because of, gosh damn, that whole cast is involved in some really shady shit. But
yeah.
It was a good show, though. It doesn't affect the show. It's like, why do you always have to cancel it? It's like the Cosby Show. That was a good show. I just don't get why you...
Feeling that pudding pops in.
Yeah. I put the pills in
Put a little something in the pudding pot.
Put a little bit of the pills in the pudding and you drink it all up. Well, that doesn't mean the rest of the cast should not get a paycheck.
True.
Infrared says it'll probably end up on their Discovery app once they rename their company. What Discovery app?
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Discovery Network.
I'm still not getting it. What Discovery Network? How does that tie in? What's the tie-in?
Because it's owned. Discovery is owned by the company that owns TBS and TNT, so it's not affiliated with the HBO Warner Brothers label.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about the library for the WWE. That's why I'm confused.
Well, we can go back to that because Donnell says it'll probably end up on the vault.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Which it almost kind of is now. It's like it's not necessarily everything's there on demand, but a lot of stuff is there. And they've got a WCW channel as well.
Yes.
So maybe that is the answer, and I'm fine with that answer.
What did I just watch last night on YouTube off the WCW channel? It was the 3 teams, the Team WCW versus Team NWO versus Team NWO Wolfpack War Games style match.
Okay. That was
pretty decent.
I was going to say, that's under the WCW banner, so.
Yeah.
Judd, what's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at Peacock and see what else. Again, 70 show, but I have seen the whole series, and I kind of skip through different episodes now once in a while just to relive some of the fun moments of the program, but I don't necessarily need to have it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they had the old $6 Million Man series on there, which I was starting to watch. That was when I was a kid. That was my show, but I had joined it like season 2 or 3, not knowing the difference, only because other kids were talking about it. So I started watching it more from episode 1, and I got to like episode 5, and I kind of haven't picked it up again since. It's a little bit harder to watch it today than it was when I was 10. But that was actually, if I'm being real, that was my intro to wrestling because, as we all know, Andre the Giant was Bigfoot for 2 episodes.
Yep.
Do you know who played Bigfoot when he made the return a season later? Wasn't Andre. I'll give you a hint. You rang.
Oh, really?
Lurch.
The guy who played Lurch?
Yep. Can't think of his name. Cassidy. Something Cassidy. So he's the one that played him the second time around. But yeah, because Andre was on my favorite show, and I had heard people on the bus saying, oh, yeah, it's Andre the Giant, he's a wrestler. And they had the wrestling magazines, and I'm looking at all that stuff. And that's what kind of got me to saying, okay, I got to check out wrestling now. So that was, 77, I think, would have been the $6 Million Man.
Yeah, right around there.
And then 25 is when the WWE turned me off. Yeah, fuckers.
But
yeah. All right. Well,
I don't know. It's just it'll be interesting how things play out coming next year between all the 3 of these companies, because I feel TNA is going to get a huge boost from being on AMC. And
they're going to have a huge opportunity on AMC. If they book like shit, that opportunity is going to go away.
True. But at least they got the opportunity. And you're right. It's in their hands at this point. So.
Oh, and by the way,
have anybody doing cocaine on a table during one of your pay-per-views, and you should be fine.
Well, we know they didn't do that shit, but yeah, I get you. The place I used to work at, that hopefully I'll end up working there again as soon as they have an opening. Only this time I'll work directly for them, not a third-party vendor. My old company's a piece of shit.
Right.
But anyway, they, in January, have MLW.
Ooh.
I know. I was like, shit, and I'm not working there. I may go take a job at security or some shit just so I could be there.
Now, I don't know if you saw it, but up towards the top a little bit, Infrared was saying that HOG's in Orlando too. House of Glory Wrestling.
No, I missed that.
They're a New York based wrestling company. So, and they usually bring in a lot of big name stars and stuff.
HOG.
So
I got to look that up.
yeah.
Thank you. If it's something near enough by.
And you're right. Me living in Ohio, I have a lot more opportunity to see independent wrestling being where I'm at, because it seems like Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Indiana, everything, Michigan, everything around me has some sort of independent wrestling. So yeah, it's nice to be able to go, and I like that feel. I like going and sitting in the little crowded arena place and all the dim lights and
the lighting. God, I miss that lighting. Eddie Graham. Oh my God, that lighting. When you saw their regular Saturday TV shows weren't like that. They had more lighting on them. But when they had the Eddie Graham Saturday shows, and then they would bring you highlights of it on Saturday, that when you saw the difference when that lighting, and I was like, oh my God, it feels dirty and gritty and just it felt like wrestling. BRCW is also in your area. Thank you, buddy. So Hog Wrestling and BRCW. Never heard of neither one of these.
Yeah, you're right, Miracle. Solo Monster is the commissioner and a commentator for Hog. And
Who's
then
Solo
JD
Monster?
from New York also. He's a podcaster. He does a lot of stuff now with JD from New York. They have a Tuesday night show they do together, and JD actually commentates every once in a while for Hog Wrestling also. So
interesting.
Yep.
All right.
But yeah, they're based out of New York, New Jersey, and it's nice to see that they're expanding down to Florida and stuff, because they've had Killer Cross in there recently. They've had Mike Santana was actually their champion for close to half a year, I think, at one point. And then TNA picked him up and ran with him and stuff. So that's the other thing. Going to independent, sometimes you get to see guys before they get picked up on one of these big shows and stuff. And I mean, I saw Samoa Joe at Ring of Honor in Dayton before I even saw him on TNA or anything. Same with AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, all those guys. I remember watching them in Ring of Honor at house shows before they even made it to TNA. So,
well, there you have it. It's been a minute since I've seen an independent show, I got to tell you. And they do have, and I can't remember it's Gangrel's organization. And I want to say it's the first Tuesday or Friday of every month, I forget which, where they're here at Old Town, which is not far from me at all. It's like less than 30 minutes. And I've been meaning to go out, and I just never get around to it for some reason.
Yeah. Infrared. Zilla Fatu is a major player in Ring or House of Glory right now too. So if you want to see him, go to one of their shows.
And JD got in trouble due to comments made about AEW. Who gives a shit about AEW? Is that like a feeder school for them or something?
I don't think so, but a lot of their talent does go to HOG to do independent shows and stuff. And yeah, I remember when that happened, Miracle, and he made the comments and he said, I stick by my comments. If they don't want me commentating, hey, that's on them. But he's like, I'm not going to bash HOG because of it. He's like, it's a business. So, but he's like, if AEW shit, I'm going to say AEW shit. If WWE shit, I'm going to say WWE shit. Kind of like we do on here.
Right now, I was going to say you're a safe bet on either one.
Yeah. So
you're forcing us back to the indies to see wrestling. Thank you. All right, everybody. I think we're going to wrap it up on that note. I thank you guys in the comments for helping out. and getting us through the sound check, and I think now we got it all worked out and figured out. Takes a team to raise a program. All right, well, we got some NXT to look forward to tonight. Maybe that'll be redeeming for what we saw yesterday, or what we didn't watch yesterday but saw highlights of anyway. In the meantime, say goodbye, Jay.
Goodbye, Jay.
See y'all real soon. Happy holidays if I don't see you between now and then. So long.